talk a little bit about your journey up till this point. You guys had the bye and obviously had the 2 series, 2 run rules, and 2 wins in full time. So talk a little bit about that up to this point.
It's been a journey. We've overcame a lot this year. I care not to talk about it on camera, but another time, another place. But these guys have put into work and prepared themselves for this run in the playoffs because that's what they expected.
And obviously up till this point, your regional and quarterfinal matchups were all 3-game series, best of 3. Now it's winner, go home. How does that kind of change your guys' approach?
It changes it because it's a sense of urgency. You know, if you lose, you're out. You're done. And like you said, the last 2 series have been best 2 out of 3 that we've been fortunate enough to win 2 in a row. But our opponent, Berwick, is a very good opponent with great pitching.
So talk a little bit about your guys' strengths. What kind of led you to this point, obviously being the 1 seed as well?
Pitching and hitting and defense and base running. That's the 4. That's 25% each. I think our pitching has done extremely well. We've lost some close games. We won some close games. Hitting, our team is batting .335 for the year, so which is excellent with the competition which we played, because you look at St. Louis, you look at Iowa and South Beauregard and us. It's 4 from the same district. We played Eunice High, beat them. They're in it, and Wichita Christian, we beat them. They're the number 1 seed also.
I talked to Coach Fontenot over at St. Louis this morning. He said part of the reason they've been able to be so successful is because of the tough district and going up against them game in, game out. How has that kind of helped you guys make this point?
It has helped us a lot because we saw great pitching from South Beauregard, St. Louis, Iowa, Westlake, everyone that we faced. Eunice, Wichita Christian. We played a very tough schedule to get to the number 1 seed.
Being that number 1 seed, do you guys maybe feel a little bit of added pressure because you guys are pretty much expected to be to this point and expected to be competing for the state title?
Well, the way I take the seeds are, you earned it during the regular season, but you erase all seeds when you get to the playoffs, especially semifinals and finals. Because if you look at the other brackets, so many of those that were the top-ranked guys are no longer there. So it's game by game, and it's how you prepare and how your kids prepare and how they believe, because ultimately they're the ones that decides the outcome of the game. The coaches don't.
So going off that, how have you seen your team buy into that seeds don't matter, you throw those away and it's just you versus them?
They've seen it in the past. Last year we were number 4 seed, got beat by the 13th seed. The seeds really don't matter. All these guys were on that team, all wasn't playing in the starting role, but it's you can't take anyone for granted, and because you're number 1 seed, that means absolutely nothing. You know, you can go to the college ranks, LSU ranked number 1, getting beat last night 8-2 by Auburn, which is barely ranked. So you throw the seeds out and you just prepare your guys the best you can and hope and trust in them that they take that preparation to the game.
You mentioned there last year didn't have the playoff, the tournament you hoped for. Has that kind of put a chip on your guys' shoulder going into this tournament?
Absolutely. We thought we would be there last year in the finals, and we were upset. And, you know, I try to teach them, never take any day for granted. You know, in life, period. These are life lessons, and you have to overcome every obstacle there is. And with the seeds and stuff, they had it on their mind that they wanted to go to Sulphur, not to Sulphur, but to win a state championship. And to win a state championship, you have to win 2 more games, which is going to be very difficult.
Speaking off that, what do you see in this Berwick team that you're going to face?
Tradition. You know, in Kinder, we have a great tradition in AA. This is 3A. And it's a big jump. And everybody saying, well, you're playing in Division III. Well, Berwick has won the state championship probably about 10 times in 3A, and South Beauregard is 3A, and this is our first year in 3A. And so I think our kids have handled it well.
Speak a little bit about your seniors and how they've helped you guys guide your team to this point.
I think when you have great seniors, they carry. They lead by their actions, not only their words, but their actions, their work ethics on the field, their attitudes off the field and on the field. I always tell them we have talent. But talent just gets you to the game and to the field, but attitude and effort is where you win it.
How much would a win in the semifinals to get to the state championship mean for you in this community and for these seniors as
For
well?
these seniors, I've been there many times, but for these seniors, I would love it for them to win it. It would mean so much to them and to our community, but especially our players.
And finally, you guys playing just down the road in Sulphur for the semifinals and hopefully the state championship as well. What does that kind of do for you guys to have hopefully a home kinder crowd there?
Well, you look at who's all there in our district, and our district's going to cheer for each other, and because it shows the success of the district in the competition to have 4 teams in the semifinals, and to have those 4 teams, we're all cheering for each other. I'm cheering for South Beauregard, St. Louis, Iowa, and of course I'm cheering for us. But it means a lot because there will be a lot of people in Lake Charles will be there to watch us in Southwest Louisiana because they followed us through KPLC.